Trade breakdown. We're up $31,000 so far this week, mostly with NAS shorts if I'm not mistaken. Last night, to be completely transparent, I lost $10,000 shorting coin, 2 losses of $5,000. Boom. That's why we're not at $114,000 for the week in profit. That's completely fine. Would be at $41,000 in profit, but I'll take the $31,000 in profit. Thankfully, we did end up taking 2 wins today. I'm gonna show them right here. Well, it's 1 win, 2 different entries by like a pip, so it's basically 1 entry. But in this one, we ended up making $3,400, basically $4,000, and in this one $7,800 net P&L. I'm not gonna count the fees or whatever because I just don't do that, putting us at $3,800 in profit today. The only reason it's $3,800, like I said, it's because we lost $10,000 last night, so that counts for the day. That's just how Trade Locker does it. I don't really know why, but yeah. Now, moving on to how I took these trades, I'm gonna show you guys differently this time around. I'm gonna be using a 3-step process to do this. Okay, step 1 is going to be the indicator. Step 2 will be finding our daily bias, and step number 3 is gonna be our 1-minute execution. Let's get started with it. Okay, so for step number 1, you're gonna be claiming free access to my trading view indicator. To do this, all you gotta do is check my description or the pinned comment. There's gonna be a link there for my WAP. It's completely free. You not only gain access to the indicator, but you also gain access to my free course. Now, you don't need to watch the course if you really don't want to. You can really just watch these trade breakdowns that I make and learn all the ins and outs about my strategy. But you do need to claim access to the indicator. All you gotta do is, like I said, click the first link in the description. After that, I need you to head over to this channel right here on the WAP called Indicator Access, and then you're gonna add your TradingView username, and then you're gonna hit claim indicators, and it's gonna be in your invite only scripts on TradingView. Boom. Now for step number 1, we're gonna be creating our daily bias, and for this, all we're going to be using is the daily and the 4-hour. All right, and what we want them to be doing is the exact same thing, in a way where I need the daily creating higher highs and higher lows, and the 4-hour also creating higher highs and higher lows. Of course, the 4-hour is not going to look the same, so it can, in this case like this, be creating lower highs and lower lows. But I just want the latest break, which you guys are going to be able to see with the indicator once we head over to TradingView. I want the latest break of a previous predicted high to be bullish, and then that's it. So I need a higher high and a higher low to be the ones that are getting created the latest, or the latest ones to be created for there to be bullish. And on the other hand, for a bearish scenario, I want price to be creating lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. And the exact same thing for the 4-hour. It can be going up, up, up too, but I need the latest break at least to be bearish for me to then being able to head over to the 1 minute and look for confirmations. Now in this case, you guys are gonna see that for NAS 100, the daily was creating lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. So it was bearish, and also the 4-hour was creating lower lows and lower highs. Boom. Now before we start with step number 2, I need you to know that you need to follow the instructions, follow the rules step by step and to a T. If you skip a step or you don't follow it exactly how I'm showing you, then your results are not going to be the same, and it's mainly the reason why most of you are not profitable, because you can't follow rules. And also, if you got all the way to this point of this video, don't forget that I have a full free 5-hour course. All you got to do is check the first link in the description, and not only that, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And don't forget that I also do these videos basically every single day. If I take a trade, I make a video, so don't forget to subscribe for that. Okay, but for number 2, guys, I'm gonna be showing you guys bullish examples. Okay, well, this example right here is going to be bullish. Why? Because in the trades today, I'm going to be showing you a bearish example, because that's what I took, shorts. And I want you guys to see both sides, not only a bullish example, but also a bearish example. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to need is a bullish break. In this case, we're going to be assuming that because it's a bullish example, that the higher time frames, our daily bias is bullish. So we're going to want the 1 minute to be doing the exact same thing that our bias is showing us. So in this case, bullish break. We get the bullish break, and we can head over to step number 2. Well, screenshot number 2. Now we want price to come back into our zone. What is our zone? Is going to be from our current predicted high and our current predicted low. So in this case, from this high to this low. So we want price to come back into our zone. Now the price is in our zone. We can put our buy stop order at the current high and our stop loss at the current predicted low. Why am I using a stop order instead of a market order limit order? And that reason is very simple to explain. It's because I want momentum. If I don't see momentum, then we're not going to get tapped in. And a lot of the times, if we don't see any momentum in the market, then our setup gets either invalidated because it goes sideways, or it just starts breaking down, giving us an instant loss if we were to enter. So we need momentum, so use stop orders, not a market, not a limit. And after that, we get tapped in to go break even. All I want is a break outside of our entry. So in this case, this break didn't count. Why? Because the stop loss was inside of our stop loss or inside of our entry. So we had to wait. And as soon as this one happened, we did go break even. Why? Because the predicted low was outside of our entry. Boom. And then to take profit, target at least a 1 to 2. And that's really it. That's the full strategy. We can head over to TradingView and show you the trade that I took today to make over $11,000. Okay, so here's the trade right here. It was at 1 to 3.93. But first of all, we're going to create our daily bias. So now you guys can see with the indicator, the breaks that I'm talking about. These breaks are literally just predicted highs and predicted lows that get broken down, and then new ones get created right after. In this case, you guys can see that in the daily, we are breaking down. So it's bearish. We have 1 break to the downside, 2 breaks to the downside, 3 breaks to the downside. This is just 3 different bearish breaks that get created. So 3 different lower lows and lower highs getting created. Now that we see this, we can step down to the 4-hour and make sure that it's doing the exact same thing. And if I said 4-hour in this one, just know it was the daily. But yeah, so now we are in the 4-hour chart and we are going to look for the exact same thing that's happening in the daily, which is bearish structure. And you guys can see that it's doing the exact same thing. Bearish structure. The latest break is bearish. So now we can step down to the 1 minute and look for sells because our daily bias is bearish. And the 1 minute, that's exactly what we did. When I stepped into the charts, I waited for there to be a break, which it happened right here. We got our break. Then price came back into our zone right here with this up candle right here. Put our sell stop order and we went break even right here because it was the first break with a protected high, in this case because it sells outside of our entry zone. And the rest is history. We hit TP at 3.93. Boom. That's really the breakdown. We are up $31,000 this week. That's really for the month because I didn't take any trades up until Wednesday this week. All the trades that I took this week broken down in this playlist somewhere around here on the screen. And as always, thank you for watching. See you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Peace out.